Hello everybody, this is Vicki with Ready Set Resell. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a bins haul number 11, and I'm excited because I just had a little bit of time to go in, didn't spend more than 40 minutes and just grabbed a few things. So I want to go through this so I can quickly go through and remember what it is that I got. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up if you are watching this on YouTube. And let's get started. So I was at the bins here in St. Louis, Missouri, which is Goodwill Outlets. We have two locations here in St. Louis. I went to the one in Bridgeton, and we have $1.19 a pound is what we pay. And here is the receipt. It was on St. Patrick's Day, so you can see I got about almost 30 pounds, so just over $35, and got a lot of great stuff. A couple items I got for my almost 2-year-old son. This is the first one here. I don't have it with me. He's up there playing with it. But as you can see, it was this big wooden play set. Now, it doesn't have the legs on it, but he's been having a good time with that. So that was a big item that probably weighed 3 or 4 pounds. So it was probably one of the bigger items that I got. I also got a play chair to go with a little table. I don't have it with me. It's upstairs as well, but it's kind of a big plastic chair that a 2-year-old can sit on. So those were the first two items. As you know, I always keep a list of the items we are keeping, selling, crafting with, which could end up being to sell or a gift, and a question mark. So far we've got 2 keep items, and let's get started with the rest. And I also, at the end, we'll do the math. We'll figure out how much I paid for each item. So this I just thought was an interesting sweater. I can't even tell you exactly what this brand is. It looks like it's just CCSSCY, but it's this cool purple color. Got some fuzz on it. It's a size medium, it looks like. And it just kind of had, just kind of these open arms here. I thought it was kind of on trend. Just a sweater, so we're going to go ahead and list that. So that's our first item to sell. The next item is fabric. So I tend to source as many different things from the bins as I can to figure out how to sell. I sell on 7 different platforms. You can see them. I think they have all 7 listed below. So this is fabric. It's kind of a heavier upholstery fabric that I will sell as a craft supply on Etsy. It's about 2 yards. So I washed it, and sometimes when you look at the bottom here along the edge, you can find out if there's a brand or who it was that printed the fabric. This one doesn't seem to have that, but it's really cool fabric, so that'll be 2 yards at least that we'll be selling. Next is actually a junior's, actually it's not even junior's, it's a child's coat, I believe. The brand is called, well, no, this one is the one that's the medium, so this one I might be thinking of a different one. Yoki is the brand. It says it's a medium. I just thought it looked kind of cool. The zipper works. I washed it. It just kind of, I think the only problem with this is it has kind of, if I can get everything right, the zipper itself works. It just kind of has, it's not quite round. It's just sort of bent there. But I just thought it was a really cool coat. Maybe I'll put, a little pole on that so it's not on the zipper, so it's not quite so obvious, like a little ribbon or a piece of leather or something. But I just thought this was kind of a cool coat, and so we will be selling that. Next, I have Vera Bradley, which is one of my favorites, mostly because you can wash it, and they're very popular. Lots of great prints. This one's in pretty good condition. You always want to look on the inside because this is where, your gum and your makeup and your markers and everything can make it a real problem. The only problem I saw with this, it looks like there's a little bit of fading right here on the edge. It might be kind of hard to see in this light, but just kind of a little bit of fading right there. So we'll definitely be listing that in the listing, describing that and disclosing it in the listing. Next, I got some cool craft paper. I'm a sucker for craft paper. It's craft on one side and it's the polka dots on the other. There's not much to this roll. If I had been thinking, I would have just taken this middle roll out, although it looks like it's a piece of paper, a thicker piece in there, and not paid for it. But this will be great for probably wrapping up Poshmark sales. So I'm going to put that in the sell pile. Next, I have this bowl. On the back, it says made in, and then I can't really read where it was made, but it was not the USA. So this is a brightly colored wood bowl. That's kind of what it looks like on the back. So, it doesn't look like it was from Kohl's or, any place like that. So I like this. I like the bright colors. I like the fact that it's wood. So that's definitely going to be going in the home section of Poshmark. Next we have window zips is what it says. Zippered vinyl pockets and memory pillows. So this is a craft item. Looks like this was probably originally sold for about $9. So it's a few years old. I'm going to go ahead and probably try to list it on Amazon. If it doesn't work, it will end up on Etsy. So that's another sell. Next, I have this belt. It is not real leather, but it is a belt here. What should I say? It says made in China, handmade, man-made material. But it also says that it's a 2XL. So I thought this might be a nice item for my Poshmark. It's a little bit of raggedness there, but not too much. This is a plus size belt. We'll be listing that to sell. Oops. Next, I just thought it was fun to have a Vera Bradley bag. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to put it with that one that we just saw, or I might wait till I find maybe something a little bit nicer. But I thought it would be a nice thing to add to one of the Vera Bradley purses that I have in Poshmark. So we're going to put that as a sell, and it hardly weighs anything, right? This is pretty cool. This is very similar to the kind of color that I used when I got married the first time. It's a Bill Leckoff for my bridesmaids dresses, and it is a size 20. So it's got this great lace at the top, and then it's very long and flowy. And being a plus size, I'm very excited to have that in my closet, although I probably should not roll over it with my chair. I did the typical checking for deodorant in the armpits, did not find any problem with that. So this is a beautiful wine colored plus size dress. Bridesmaid's dress is actually some of the search words that I'll use. And here we have a whole nother old receipt. This is just some cute paper. You can kind of see some of the detail here. I'll just probably put this in my own personal stash. We can call this, we'll call this a keep. Just some gardening themed wrapping paper, just one small piece. Next, I found a few more Afghans. I'm always excited that I get to find so many of these and in such great condition. So here's a red striped one. You can see they kind of use different shades of red when crocheting this. It's very soft. It's not too large. It looks like there might actually be different kinds of white yarn as well. So that's a fun one. So that will be in the sell pile for sure. Next is a more modern Afghan, but look at this. Look at these beautiful colors. You could tell that, the edging is very straight. To do on the crochet, another second crocheted blanket that will be on. I take the crochet blankets and I typically put them on Etsy and Poshmark. And then sometimes I also put them on Facebook Marketplace and on Mercari just to kind of get a lot of people eyes on them. There's a couple more Afghans. This one would be perfect for a baby boy. So you can tell it's kind of got this ruffled edge. It too is very, very well made. Good size for a baby. Then I think this is the last Afghan. Beautiful again. This would be beautiful for a baby, for a wedding, for springtime. Just something to, appreciate. This is done with granny squares. So basically they made each one of these individual squares and then connected them all together. So that's very, very classic. So another one of those, another Afghan. Looks like we just have 3 more items. So this is a ruffled vest, I guess, a zip-up jacket. The brand is called Peak, and this is an XXL. It's a little roughly because I actually just washed it, but it just looks cute. It looks like it's warm, but then also, you can probably transition this into springtime by putting something brightly colored underneath it. And then the last item, two more items. This to me looks like it is a hand knit sweater. I'll have to verify with some of my knitting friends, but you can kind of see how the stitching along the neckline is not perfectly straight. But the sweater is gorgeous. And, you can also look, it also kind of has this funky color around the bottom, and you can kind of see that same not even hand sewing, which makes me think that it is hand knit. Also, there are no tags. And so whenever I see something like this, I just have to pick it up because I do not have the skill to make a whole knit sweater. I do know lots of people who do and know how much time that takes. So, and one last item, which I thought was really cute. It's basically a desk organizer, and I've been doing a lot of research on some of the newer home categories that Poshmark carries because I never really had a good idea of exactly what types of categories and things you could sell in home. And desk organization and office supplies is kind of one of them. So I saw this. It's in excellent condition. It does not have a brand or anything, but you can see along the edges, there's just none of the paper is peeling off. I cleaned it up. I think it'll look really great on somebody's desk. So this will be on Poshmark as well. So we're going to count up real quick, 5, 10, 15, 20 items. So that's pretty easy. So what did I say my total was? So if you take $35.46, here we go. And I think the reason why this particular haul does not have a whole lot of items is because I got at least 4 or 5 of those afghans, and those tend to take up a lot of space. So if we take $35.46 and divided by 20 items, $1.77 per item. So whether it's this cute desk organizer or an entire afghan, each item was only $1.77. And that's why I love the bins, because I can take advantage of all these different types of items. I can get them for my shops, for Poshmark, for eBay, for Etsy. I can try them out and see if these new products work. So hopefully they will. I'll try to do an episode later telling you a little bit about how some of these afghans are selling and how they're doing. So if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And I actually went to the bins a couple days ago, or was it even? Yeah, it was yesterday. So I will have bins haul 12. Plus, I also have the last episode of unboxing a ThreadUp 100-pound bulk purchase. So thank you so much for joining me today. You guys be safe and have a good one.